Hello, I am Ms. Thandore SS again. So today we are going to start with the crystal field theory. In octahedral complexes, we are going to see the CFSE, that is crystal field stabilization energy. How to find out crystal field stabilization energy in case of weak field ligand and strong field ligands here. Last time I told you about the assumptions of CFT, crystal field theory assumptions. Also I told you about the splitting of d orbital, because in CFT only there is a splitting of d orbital, s and p orbital remains as it is. So splitting of d orbital in case of strong field ligands and weak field ligands are there. We are considering here octahedral complexes, and in octahedral complexes the energy of Eg orbital is higher than the energy of T2G orbital, because your ligand approach central metal atom along the axis, on the axis, not in between the axis here. And so the orbitals lying on the axis having the higher energy or more energy due to repulsion in between the electrons of metal and electrons of ligand here. We have seen all these things last lecture. Today we will going to see again octahedral complex in case of strong field ligand and weak field ligand. We'll see first crystal field stabilization energy. CFSE it is, and I'll write here crystal field stabilization energy. How to find out your crystal field stabilization energy? So let us see the formula. CFSE is equal to 0.6. Why it is a 0.6? Because it is a distance in between the barycenter, or it is energy difference in between the barycenter and your energy of Eg, and that is equal to 0.6 delta 0 into A plus, in another bracket, minus 0.4 delta 0. It is the energy difference in between barycenter and your T2G orbital. So delta 0 into B. Now what is A and B? I'll write here where A is nothing but it is number of electrons in Eg orbitals, while B is number of electrons in T2G orbitals. So in case of first weak field ligands, we'll see. I told you last time, in weak field ligand, what happens here in between delta 0 and P is the pairing energy. So wherever weak field ligand is there, then delta 0 is less than P. That means the energy required to pair of electron is more than the energy difference in between Eg and T2G. And so here what happens? Hund's rule applied. And so the complexes are, and I'll write here, complexes are high spin complexes. Why? Because all the electrons are high spin complexes, because all the electrons are first filled singly, and wherever electrons are filled singly, the nature is a paramagnetic, and wherever paramagnetism is there, it is a high spin complex. Where diamagnetism is there, then it is a low spin complex. So here in this case, wherever weak field ligand approach your central metal atom, then in that case the energy difference in between Eg and T2G is less than the pairing energy. That means the energy required to pair of electron is more than delta 0, and that's why the ligand prefer to first fill all the electrons singly in all the orbitals, and if there is a no option, then pairing takes place here. We'll take one example of D3. D3, that means there are 3 electrons in D orbital. So in this case what happens? I'll write first electrons in T2G. Suppose this is a electrons in T2G and electrons in EG here. And if only 3 electrons are present in D orbitals, then in T2G how many orbitals are there? In T2G there are 3 orbitals, you know that. 1, 2 and 3. In EG there are 2 orbitals. So only 3 electrons are present. That means first electrons are filled singly here. 1, 2, 3. And so when all the electrons are unpaired electrons, singly filled, the nature is a paramagnetic. So it is a paramagnetic in nature. What about MM? What is a MM? Now you are well familiar. Magnetic moment. How to find out magnetic moment? It is, I'll write below. Suppose mm is here, magnetic moment, and this is mu equal to under root n into n plus 2 is the formula to find out magnetic moment, where n is what? Number of unpaired electron. So when mu is n is a 1, then magnetic moment, what is a magnetic moment now? You feel number of n there, unpaired electron in case of D3, and when weak field ligand is there, pairing not takes place. First all the electrons are filled singly according to Hund's rule, and so number of unpaired electron is a 3. So 3 into bracket 3 plus 2, it is 5 into 3, so it is under root 50. What about spin now? I told you nature is a paramagnetic, so spin is your high spin. High spin. Nature what? Paramagnetic. What about now CFSE, crystal field stabilization energy? So we'll calculate first this crystal field stabilization energy as CFSE, and that is equal to what? 0.6 delta 0 into A. A is what? Number of electrons in EG orbital. How much it is? 0. In EG there is orbital is empty there, so number of electron in EG is a 0, plus in another bracket it is a minus 0.4 delta 0 into B is the number of electrons in T2G orbital, and this is 3. So substitute value of number of electrons in T2G. Now the whole quantity 0.6 into 0 is a 0, plus 0.4 into 3, it is minus 1.2 delta 0. So CFSE for 3 electrons is your minus 1.2 delta 0. Very simple. Just you are supposed to substitute the values in the given formula and you find out CF. I'll write here CFSE. And this is your minus 1.2. I'll write here minus 1.2 delta 0. Energy is expressed in delta 0 here. So this is your minus 1.2 delta 0 for 3 electrons in case of weak field ligand, where delta 0 is less than P. Where delta 0 is less than P, the pairing energy is higher, and wherever pairing energy is higher, ligand prefer to fill the electrons singly in the orbital first. We'll take one more example in which we'll take here 5 electrons are there in in D orbital. So again in T2G 3 orbitals are there, in EG again 2 orbitals are present, and as it is a weak field ligand, so all the electrons are filled singly, and so you place all the 5 electrons These are the 5 electrons. They are filled singly. What about mm now? 5 electrons, unpaired electrons are present. So your mm is your mu equal to how much? 5 plus 2, 7 into 5, it is 35. Under root 35 it. What about spin here? All the nature is a paramagnetic because all unpaired electrons are present. So your nature is a paramagnetic and spin is the same, high spin complex it is. We are talking about, once again I am reminding, we are talking about weak field ligands here. So here in this case what happens? Now what about CFSE? One more we'll take example of CF to find out CFSE. Just you substitute the values of unpaired electron in the formula. What is the formula? It is minus 0.6 delta 0 into A plus into bracket minus 0.4 delta 0 into B. A is the number of electrons in EG orbital, B is the number of electrons in T2G orbital here. Now in this case, in EG orbital, how many electrons are present? 2 electrons are there, so it is a 0.6 delta 0 into 2 plus into bracket minus 0.4 delta 0 into B. B is your number of electrons in T2G and that is 3. So overall it is 6 2s are 12. So it is 1.2 delta 0 minus 4 3s are 1.2 delta 0 and that is equal to 0. So your energy CFSE in case of 5 electrons is a 0. Then what about your nature? Nature I told you it is a paramagnetism. Then magnetic moment, it is under root as 5 electrons are present in T2G and EGs. Electrons are filled singly and 5 electrons are there in D orbital. So each orbital contains 1 electron and 5 unpaired electrons are present. Your nature is paramagnetic nature. Then what about spin multiplicity now? One more we have seen in VBT, how to find out spin multiplicity. Spin multiplicity, that is SM, you can say SM, that is equal to 2s plus 1, where S is what? Number of unpaired electron, and for one unpaired electron the value of S is 1/2. So S is a spin quantum number. So 2 into bracket for this D5, 5 electrons are there, unpaired electrons. So 5 times you can write 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2. So overall it is what? Overall 2 into 1/2 it is. And this is, overall it is 2.5 plus 1. So this is equal to 6. So value of SM, that is spin multiplicity, is 6 in the when 5 electrons are there in D orbital. We'll take one more example of D7 now. D7, that means 7 electrons are present in D orbital. Then what will be the situation in this? Now again it is a weak field ligand. So first in T2G 3 orbital, in EG again 2 orbitals, same thing is there. D7, that means first electrons are filled singly. So 5 electrons are filled singly. Now here there is no option, so pairing takes place, and so it is a 5, 6 and 7. Wherever there is no option, then pairing takes place and you will get again pairing of the electrons in orbital, but first electrons filled singly in the orbitals and then pairing takes place here. So overall mu is equal to, in this case, how many electrons are unpaired now? 1, 2 and 3 electrons are unpaired. To find out magnetic moment, you have to take into consideration only one unpaired electron, and so it is under root 15 when n is equal to 3. What about spin? As unpaired electrons are there, this is again high spin. It is a paramagnetic. What about CFSC now? Again, you are supposed to use the formula CFSC is equal to 0.6 delta 0 into A, electrons in EG orbital, plus 0.4, it is a minus 0.4 delta 0 into B, that is the electrons in T2G orbital. So this is equal to now 0.6 into delta 0 into A. How many electrons are there in EG orbital? 2, plus into minus 0.4 into B in orbital T2G now, 2 plus 2 plus 1, overall 5 electrons are present, and so it is 5 4s are 20, 0. So it is 1.2 delta 0 minus 2 delta 0, and that is equal to minus 0.8 delta 0 is a stabilization energy, crystal field stabilization energy. So you can write here minus 0.8 delta 0 is the crystal field stabilization energy for 7 electrons. We'll take one more, D10. Now in D, 10 electrons are there in D orbital, and again in T2G 3 orbitals, in EG 2 orbitals are there. So you place the electron first singly because it is a weak field ligand, and so it is a 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then pairing takes place. So this is now 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now what about here magnetic momentum? It is a 0 because no unpaired electron is present. So for 10 electrons in D orbital, your magnetic momentum is 0. Now this is your low spin, as what happened? As here all the electrons are filled and nature is your diamagnetism, diamagnetic in nature. What about crystal field stabilization energy? You put the value for crystal field stabilization energy, and this is again equal to 0. Why it is? Because the formula is a 0.6 delta 0 into A. Now A is 2 plus 2 plus 2, and it is a 6. No, sorry, it is a 4. These are the electrons in EG, so it is a 4 plus into bracket minus 0.4 delta 0 into electrons in T2G, and this is a 6. So this is your 2.4 delta 0 minus 2.4 delta 0, and that is equal to 0. So your CFSC is again 0. In case of 10 electrons in D orbital, we are talking, once again I am reminding, we are talking about weak field ligands here. So wherever weak field ligands are there, Hund's rule applied, and according to Hund's rule, all the electrons are filled singly because the energy difference in EG and T2G is less than the pairing energy. पेअरिंग करायला लागणारी एनर्जी ही जास्त आहे, आणि म्हणून पहिल्यांदा सगळे जे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आहेत ते सिंगली फील होतात ऑर्बिटलमध्ये. And accordingly you are supposed to find out here all the CFSC, then nature, then spin, then magnetic momentum, all these things here. Now we'll see about the strong field ligands here. In case of strong field ligands, we'll take the same thing again, but here ligands are strong field ligand. In that case what happens now? in case of strong field ligand, this delta 0 is greater than P. That means the energy difference I told you in between Eg and T2G is more, and hence the energy required to pair up electron is less, and so it doesn't follow Hund's rule. So in case of strong field ligand, I'll write here, it doesn't follow Hund's rule. Hund's rule. And the complexes are now low spin complexes. Low spin complexes. Now we'll see in case of D3, if the 3 electrons are there in d orbital, we'll write first T2G, then Eg, then we'll go for number of unpaired electron, then we'll see mu, that is a magnetic momentum, then nature, then your spin, or we'll take SM, and finally we'll take CFSC. Now in D3 what happens? In case of T2G, again the same thing, 3 orbitals. Here in Eg 2 orbitals are there. So wherever there are 3 electrons, first they filled singly. Doesn't matter here. They filled singly. So the remaining things are same. N is your 3, number of unpaired electron, it is your 3. So mu is your under root 15. Now nature is what? Nature is again paramagnetic, same. Then spin multiplicity, that is 2s plus 1, and s is what? S is your 1/2 for 1 electron. 3 electrons are there, so we'll find out here 2s plus 1 and 2 into bracket half plus half plus half plus 1, and that is equal to 2 into 1.5 plus 1, and that is equal to 4. So your SM is a 4. Now what about CFSC? CFSC is again the same which we have calculated for first, and that is equal to what it is? 0.6 into A, that is a 0, and minus 0.4 into 3, that is equal to minus 1.2 delta 0. So CFSC is also same, minus 1.2 delta 0. What about D5 now? In case of D5, now here there is a difference. Again in T2G 3 orbital, Eg 2 orbitals are there. Now to fill the electrons, first electrons are filled singly here. But Eg orbital is above, the energy of Eg orbital is larger or higher, and here the energy difference is more than pairing energy. So the ligand prefer to pair up electrons and then they enter in outermost orbital. So here first pairing takes place, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this is about the strong field ligand. स्ट्रॉंग फील्डमध्ये काय होतं की एनर्जी डिफरन्स जो आहे डेल्टा 0 जो आहे EG आणि T2G मधला तो जास्त आहे, आणि त्यामुळे वरच्या EGमध्ये इलेक्ट्रॉन्स फिलअप करण्यासाठी जास्त एनर्जी लागते पेअरिंगपेक्षा, आणि म्हणून इथं मात्र जिथं कुठं स्ट्रॉंग फील्ड लायगॅन्ड आहे त्या ठिकाणी ते स्ट्रॉंग फील्ड लायगॅन्ड एनर्जी वरच्या ऑर्बिटलमध्ये फिलअप करण्यापेक्षा पेअरिंग करणं जास्त पसंत करतात. दे प्रेफर to pair of electron because the energy difference in between Eg and T2G is more than pairing energy. So first there is a pairing takes place, and if there is no option then electron enters in Eg orbital. So here what about the N now? N is a number of unpaired electron and only one unpaired electron is there. So write here 1. What about mu now? Mu is a magnetic moment, so fill 1 for n. N is a number of unpaired electrons, so it is under root 1 into 1 plus 2 it is, and what it is now 3. What about nature? Again, one electron is present, it is a para. What about spin multiplicity? So wherever one electron is present, I told you S spin quantum number for one electron is 1/2. So it is 2s plus 1 is 2 into 1/2 plus 1, and that is equal to 2. So spin multiplicity is a 2. And what about now CFSC? Now CFSC is your 0.6 into in a number of electrons present in T2g orbital. So 0.6 in EG there is no electron, so it is a 0, and minus 0.4 into B, how much it is? A 5. So overall it is minus 2 delta 0. 5 4s are 20. 5 electrons are present in T2g, and so it is a minus 2 delta 0 is the CFSC. What about 7 electrons when present in the D orbital? Then in that case we'll see it is 1 2 3 and 2 in EG orbital. So wherever there are 7 electrons, first you fill the electron singly, then pairing takes place, then it is 3 4 5 6, and remaining 1 electron now enter in EG orbital here. So wherever there is a no option, then only electrons enter in EG orbital, because the delta 0 is larger than P, than pairing energy. So this is about the strong field ligand and weak field ligands here. We'll take one example so that it is easy to understand. Once again I am reminding, weak field ligand मध्ये काय होतं की डेल्टा 0 जो असतो, एनर्जी डिफरन्स असतो EG आणि T2g मधला, तो एनर्जी डिफरन्स हा पेअरिंग इलेक्ट्रॉनपेक्षा कमी असतो, आणि म्हणून इलेक्ट्रॉन सगळे सिंगली फिल होतात, कारण पेअरिंग करायला लागणारी एनर्जी ही जास्त आहे म्हणून, कारण डेल्टा 0 हा तुमचा कमी आहे पेअरिंग एनर्जीपेक्षा, आणि म्हणून तिकडे पहिल्यांदा सगळे सिंगली इलेक्ट्रॉन फिल होतात डी ऑर्बिटलमध्ये. जेव्हा स्ट्रॉंग फील्ड लॅगँड असतो तेव्हा काय असतं, डेल्टा 0 म्हणजे डिफरन्स जो आहे तुमचा EG आणि T2g मधला तो जास्त आहे, आणि तिकडे पेअरिंग एनर्जी आहे, इलेक्ट्रॉन पेअर करण्यासाठी लागणारी जी एनर्जी आहे ती एनर्जी ही D0 पेक्षा कमी आहे, आणि म्हणून जिथं कुठं स्ट्रॉंग फील्ड लॅगँड्स आहेत तिथं हे लॅगँड्स पेअरिंग करणं जास्त पसंत करतात इन्स्टेड ऑफ offering electron in higher orbitals here, instead of placing electron in higher orbitals. आणि म्हणून तिकडे पेअरिंग पहिल्यांदा होतं, आणि जर का ऑप्शन नसेल तर ते इलेक्ट्रॉन वरच्या ऑर्बिटलमध्ये प्लेस केले जातात. तर हा डिफरन्स आहे स्ट्रॉंग फील्ड आणि वीक फील्ड लॅगँडमधला. जर का स्ट्रॉंग फील्ड लॅगँड असेल तर तो कॉम्प्लेक्स तुमचा लो स्पिन कॉम्प्लेक्स असतो CFT मध्ये, क्रिस्टल फील्ड थिअरीमध्ये. जर का तुमचा वीक फील्ड लायगँड असेल तर तो कॉम्प्लेक्स असतो द कॉम्प्लेक्स असतो हाय स्पिन कॉम्प्लेक्स. वाय इट इज? बिकॉज सिंगली इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर प्लेस्ड देअर, अँड सो द पॅरामॅग्नेटिझम इज देअर इन such a type of complexes where weak field ligand is there. So these are the high spin complexes. Wherever strong field ligand is there, pairing takes place and the complexes are low spin complexes. I told you how to find out here CFSE also, that is a crystal field stabilization energy. Then you know how to find out magnetic moment, you know how to find out SM, that is a spin multiplicity also, that we have already find out in VBT, valence bond theory. Same formula is here also, only you have to remember the difference in between SFU, that is a strong field ligand, and weak field ligand. In case of weak field ligand, पहिल्यांदा इलेक्ट्रॉन सिंगली फिल करून घ्यायचे. जर का ऑप्शन नसेल तर पेअरिंग करायचं. जर का तुमचा लायगँड स्ट्रॉंग फील्ड असेल तर पहिल्यांदा T2g मधले 3 ऑर्बिटल झाल्यानंतर पहिल्यांदा पेअरिंग करून घ्यायचं, आणि नंतर ऑप्शन नसेल तरच इलेक्ट्रॉन EG मध्ये फिल करायचं. ह्याच्यामध्ये स्ट्रॉंग फील्ड आणि वीक फील्ड या दोन लॅगँड्समध्ये तुमचा डेल्टा 0 हा जेव्हा पेअरिंग एनर्जीपेक्षा कमी असतो तेव्हा तिकडे तो वीक फील्ड लॅगँड असतो. तेव्हा डेल्टा 0 तुमचा जास्त असेल तेव्हा स्ट्रॉंग फील्ड लॅगँड असेल. आय टोल्ड यू विच आर दी स्ट्रॉंग फील्ड लॅगँड, विच आर दी वीक फील्ड लॅगँड. स्ट्रॉंग फील्डमध्ये कुठले कुठले येतील? कार्बोनिल येईल, सायनाइड येईल, त्याच्यानंतर EN दॅट इज इथिलीन डायअमीन येईल आणि NH3 इज युअर अमोनिया असेल. आणि उरलेले सगळे लॅगँड्स हे वीक फील्डमध्ये येतील. स्ट्रॉंग फील्डमध्ये का? कारण लॅगँडची जी स्ट्रेंथ आहे, वेदर इट इज स्ट्रॉंग ऑर वीक, that depends upon the electronegativity of the donor atom here. If the donor means electron donor atom, if the electron donor atom is a weak electronegative, then it can easily donate the electron pair, and in that case strength of that ligand goes on increases. So in that case it is a strong field ligand. So all the ligand in which carbon is a donor atom, so these are the strong field ligands. Wherever oxygen is a donor atom, I am talking about electron donation. So wherever oxygen is a donor atom, then in that case these are the weak field ligands. Only you remember the 4 ligands, so that remaining comes in list of weak field ligands. 4 कुठले कुठले असतील? कार्बोनिल, सायनाइड, इथिलीन डायअमीन आणि अमोनिया. या 4 लक्षात ठेवायचे. हे स्ट्रॉंग आहेत, उरलेले सगळे वीक लॅगँड आहेत आणि त्याच्याप्रमाणे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स फिलअप करत जायचं. पुढच्या वेळेस आपण एक एक्झाम्पल बघूया आणि एक्झाम्पल कळाल्यानंतर तुम्हाला त्याच्या अगोदर आपण स्क्वेअर प्लेनर स्ट्रक्चरसाठी म्हणजे कोऑर्डिनेशन नंबर 4साठी CFT क्रिस्टल फील्ड थिअरी कोऑर्डिनेशन नंबर 4साठी आपण पहिल्यांदा बघू आणि त्याच्यानंतर मग एक्झॅक्ट एक्झाम्पल घेऊयात आपण.